Women around the world have the same question.
Why can't my husband stop looking at other women?
So if you're one of these women, you can't help but think,
What does she have in his eyes that I don't? I'm not unattractive, so why am I always having to compete for my husband's attention? Why do men have so much trouble being faithful with their eyes? Why can't he see that no matter how much he says I love you, my heart can't help but wonder the more I see his eyes wander?
So if you're one of these ladies with a husband who can't stop looking at other women, get ready for some eye-opening insight that can forever change the dynamics of your marriage for the better. From Stanley J. LeFew, the author of How to Inspire Your Husband to Stop Looking at Other Women, and You Can't Be a Man of Steel If You Keep Playing with Kryptonite, comes a message helping a man honor his wife in the battle that each man must face with lust. So if your husband's wandering eyes have got you down, let's tune in and hear what Stan has to say. Hi, I'm Stan, and I have a question for you. Aren't you tired of going out in public with your man and him looking at every woman he sees? He goes merrily on his way, letting his eyes feast, while you suffer silently because you don't know how you're supposed to feel about it, internalize it, and question your own attractiveness, and wonder why he can't see how much this hurts you. But that's not the end of the problem. You and I both know it gets worse. You and I both know this issue is like a dart to the heart of your relationship. That's why, before this video is over, I'm going to share with you 6 reasons a man should watch where he looks. So be sure and watch this video all the way to the end. When your husband looks, you know how it usually goes. You're out on a date with your husband and his eyes seem to wander to the blonde with the low-cut top, or the redhead sashaying by your table. You find yourself wanting to scream. Trying not to make a scene though, you do what you always do when your husband looks at other women. You suffer silently, and you blow it off. But on the inside those thoughts once again go through your mind. I'm not unattractive, so why do I always seem to be competing for my husband's attention? Inside you find it disturbing. Inside, your heart breaks. Those same old feelings of frustration begin to surface. You start to wonder if you will ever be enough. Ladies, wouldn't it be great to not have to live with your husband always looking at other women when you are around? Wouldn't it be great to not have to wonder what he is doing with his eyes when you're not around? Just imagine. No more confrontation battles. No more silent suffering. No more denials from your man that he wasn't looking. No more lame excuses from your man like, all men look. It's just in a man's nature to look at other women. Just because I'm not eating doesn't mean I can't still look at the menu. And the old standby. Why are women so insecure and jealous? These are the type of excuses women around the world are getting from their men. So, what's a girl to do? By now, you probably have 2 questions. Who am I, and why should you listen to what I'm saying? My name is Stanley J. LeFew, and I've been helping couples create lasting relationships for over 10 years. I've been inspiring husbands around the world to a deeper love of their wives. Maybe you've seen some of my resources. My writings have been comprised in ebooks sold all over the world, and I've been privileged to be a regular contributor to marriage and family living publications. Well, that's who I am, but why should you listen to me? Because what I have to say can stop your husband from looking at other women. Not just the act of him stopping his eyes, but the action of stopping that comes from his heart. True heart change. Ladies, don't settle. Don't settle for a relationship where your husband is always checking out other women and making you feel less than enough. Don't accept it as being just the way it is that he hangs out at his computer getting his nightly porn fix. You are of greater worth than that. You are more deserving than that. You deserve a relationship where your husband's heart and his eyes are focused on you every day. Let me tell you a story that happened to me recently. Some guy came across my message and said to me with a lot of sarcasm, "So, it's a crime now to look at beautiful women? Silly, stupid, oversensitive." I get this kind of reaction a lot. Guys come across my message and feel they just have to set me straight. Well, here's what this guy, and those of you listening to this, need to know. I don't have a no-look policy. I have something far better. What I have is a go look policy. Here it is. Go look again at your wife the way you used to look at her when love was new. When it comes to a man's visual wiring, I'm not trying to tame, I'm trying to teach men to aim. Which is why I'm now going to give you 6 reasons a man should watch where he looks. You may want to grab a pen and write these down. Reason number 1. Watching where he looks helps anchor him. The more devoted to his wife a man is with his eyes, the more anchored he will be with his heart. The reason the hearts of some men are all over the place is because their eyes are all over the place. But the more a man reserves his wife's place in his eyes, the more he preserves her place in his heart. Reason number 2. Watching where he looks helps his wife feel chosen. If a man keeps chasing other women with his eyes, it is hard for his wife to feel he's choosing her with his heart. No matter how much he says, "I love you," her heart will still wander the more she sees his eyes wander. Reason number 3. Watching where he looks helps him to be disciplined. The more disciplined a man is with his eyes, the more difficult it is for him to be undisciplined. The more undisciplined a man is with his eyes, the more difficult it is for him to be disciplined. This is why I tell men all the time that the more a man controls his wandering eyes when he is away from his wife, the easier he will find it to control them when he is in her presence. Reason number 4. Watching where he looks helps him experience more of the power of love in his relationship with his wife. A man who spends his day looking at other women is like a man snacking on junk food all day long. He shouldn't be surprised to come home with his appetite all messed up and wondering why he isn't very hungry for his wife. A man who spends his day with his eyes focused on his wife is like a man saying no to junk food all day long. He shouldn't be surprised to come home with his appetite all charged up and wondering why he can't get enough of his wife. The more a man gives away his eyes to the world of other women around him, the more he gives away the power of love in his relationship with his wife. Stay tuned, because coming up a little later, I'll give you those 2 final reasons a man should watch where he looks. As we've researched this, we've discovered this is a sore spot for women all around the world. So, ladies, you're not alone. We've discovered it is one of the biggest challenges many women face in their relationships. So, what's a girl to do to keep or to get her husband's eyes back on her? Introducing the Husband Stop Looking System. Here's just some of what you'll learn in this Husband Stop Looking System. You'll discover how to win back your husband's heart through what we call the adoration gap principle. You really can get him to adore you again just like he did in the beginning when love was new. You will get to know 7 types of men and what they teach us about men and their wandering eyes. And just wait till you find out about the RAS principle. The RAS principle will show you why men pre-program themselves to ogle other women before they leave their house in the mornings. Is your heart suffering because you feel your husband so easily blows off boundaries in your relationship to check out other women? Don't worry. You'll discover how to shatter his boundary busting and get his heart and his eyes back in alignment with you. Are you feeling the weight of his wandering eyes on your own heart? Do you often feel hopeless to him ever changing? You'll discover 7 habits of highly effective husbands who do not ogle other women. These 7 habits can be the catalyst to victory over this issue for him, for you, and for your relationship. Now, this hasn't even scratched the surface of all you'll discover in this program. I could go on and on describing the benefits of this Husband Stop Looking system. By now, you're probably seeing the value this program could bring to this issue in your marriage. Here's what others are saying. I'm so glad I found your site and this product. I've been searching for something like this for years, but it just isn't out there. Thank you for rescuing us from all of the excuses and getting us back to the heart of the matter. So very, very well done, Kathleen. I just finished reading this resource at 2 o'clock in the morning. I could not put it down. Ever since I found out my husband was hooked on porn, I've been ripping apart the internet looking for answers. I didn't even know how to talk to my husband until I purchased and I read this resource. I'm amazed at how your words touched on all my thoughts and feelings that I have inside. You are truly gifted with wisdom and understanding. Shelley. So now, let me ask you this. What is it worth to you to have your husband giving you the kind of love and focus you've always wanted from him? What is it worth to finally be able to say goodbye to all the sorrow and pain this issue has caused in your marriage? There are couples who battle with this for years until their relationship ends with much resentment and heartbreak. It doesn't have to be this way. So how much does it cost? If you get this resource and at the end of the day you and your husband have hope, harmony, and healing where pain used to exist, Did this resource really cost you anything? This system will not cost you the $1,200 you would spend for a few weeks of marriage counseling. It won't even cost you half of what you would pay for 1 hour with a marriage counselor. By ordering today, you get this one-of-a-kind system for a one-time only payment of just $37. Here's what you get. You get the ebook, How to Inspire Your Husband to Stop Looking at Other Women, with 160 pages of wonderful insight. This ebook will help a woman forever change for the better her husband's heart and improve her own understanding of this issue. You will also receive the 3-volume set, Reflections on Marriage, Men, and Their Wandering Eyes. This 3-volume set will help a woman better understand this issue, and it will help her know what to say and how to say it to her husband without causing hurt in the relationship. You also get my latest addition to this resource, You Can't Be a Man of Steel If You Keep Playing with Kryptonite. You Can't Be a Man of Steel If You Keep Playing with Kryptonite is a 30-day action plan helping a man honor his wife in the battle each man faces with lust. If you're frustrated with your husband's wandering eyes, ladies, this resource will give you hope that things can be different. This resource can give you back that man you married who only seemed to have eyes for you. This Husband Stop Looking System product is valued at over $200, but you get it by taking action today for only $37. But that's not all. You also get 4 fabulous bonus ebooks, all designed to impact and add quality to your relationship. Here's the entire package, and you'll get instant online access. Okay, that's enough about what's included. It's time for some action. Here's how you can order this system and start using it in the next 5 minutes. Click the Add to Cart button below and you will be taken to a secure order page where you can process payment. After that step, you will be taken to a thank you page to download this entire program and start benefiting from it within the next 5 minutes. We use ClickBank, a highly respected third-party secure processing company specializing in these transactions for over 15 years. Wait, there's more. We want you to download this Husband Stop Looking system and let it empower your life and your relationships. To take away the risk of purchasing, we offer you our 100% money-back guarantee. Listen, let us take your risk away. Take advantage of our 100% satisfaction, no hassle guarantee. Just try this Husband Stop Looking system yourself for a full 60 days. If you don't have a better grip on this issue in your marriage than you've ever had before, just send us a refund request within 60 days of purchase and we will refund your entire purchase. Go ahead and click the Add to Cart button below this video to get started today. And now, here are those 2 final reasons a man should watch where he looks that I promised you. Reason number 5. Watching where he looks helps him form good habits. The more a husband looks at other women, the more he wants to look. The more he wants to look, the more he struggles not to look. Here's a remedy. Husbands, go look again at your wife the way you used to look at her when love was new. Reason number 6. Watching where he looks helps him learn to invest where he's wanted. The fantasy woman on a man's computer screen can steal his heart away from the real woman, his wife, standing right in front of him. The real woman deeply longs for his presence in her world, but the fantasy woman doesn't even know he is there. Men, learn to invest where you're wanted. If husbands around the world would stop expending so much energy letting their eyes chase women they don't know, and begin investing it into their marriages with their wives they do know, they would truly experience more of the power of love in their relationships. So there you have it. 6 reasons a man should watch where he looks. Remember, when you act today, this entire Husband Stop Looking system is all yours for a one-time only payment of $37. Such a small investment for such a big gift to your life and your relationship. Look below this video for the Add to Cart button and begin your journey to a healthy relationship, finally free of this issue.